It is already the end of July, and at this time of filming, we have about 8 weeks left of prime growing season before things start cooling down. Before we know it, everything outside is gonna look like a winter snow globe. Okay, maybe that's a little too dramatic, but we know what is coming after the growing season. So if these are the last few weeks of active growth, which plants am I most excited to watch? Which ones am I hoping to put out the next new leaf or even surprise me with some blooms? Let us take a look at the plants I'm most excited to watch for the rest of the growing season. Okay, so I do have a list. I have a list of plants because I didn't want to show you 50 plants. I could easily show 50. So we have 12 on the list, and it might go to 15 depending on my mood. The first plant is this one. It is the Begonia maculata pink spot. Why am I excited to watch grow over the growing season? Because this plant got destroyed over winter and I completely revived it. I revived it so well that I actually have more babies in here, and there's other babies in my little cabinet. And the reason for that, I wanted to collect insurance, but I wanted to share this plant with my neighborhood as well. And I kind of wanted to see how this pot would do. This one was the one growing in semi-hydro, and it did not like it at all. I moved it to soil, and here we are. Here we are. Do you see how beautiful those leaves are? It looks like when I first got it, it didn't look like this over winter. The leaves, it wasn't healthy. So I think one of the things that I've talked about on this channel is treating begonias like an annual versus just growing them all year round. Now, I am going to grow my begonias all year, but for those that don't pull through summer, I will chop it completely back, save some cuttings as insurance, and then revive the plant. Because when you revive a plant, this is what you get. It is stunning to me. There's some really deep reds here. There's like green and back to deep reds. I absolutely love it. The pink spots are small. I have fallen in love with begonias again. So this plant I am looking to grow even bigger during the rest of the growing season. Now, I think it will still grow during winter, but it wouldn't be as active. I am going to look for some footage of when I revived it so you can see the difference. I mean, it's only been a few weeks and this is what I have. So I am looking forward to this growth, and the way it's growing, it's not really growing up. I can make it grow up if I wanted to by adding a little trellis, a trellis to push it up. So that's something I'm going to think about. I'm going to think about how I'm going to grow it. I'm not sure yet. I actually was thinking of getting some of my begonias in a hanging basket. That sounds kind of weird, but I am moving some things in my west window second bedroom, or the office, the other office, where we have something on the window where I can have hanging plants. And there was a time when I visited someone in Michigan and I saw that there was a Begonia maculata as a hanging plant. It was in a really sturdy, solid pot, and the begonia was hanging, and it was stunning. I want to emulate that a little bit in that other bedroom because it is a west window, so there'll be dappled light. Really, it's not really dappled light. I want to say there's not a lot of light during the day, but there is like at least 3 to 4 hours or even 5 hours of light in the later in the day, evening. So that might, I'm going to see. I'm going to try it. Now, because I have so much of this plant, I can do a lot of experimenting. I also don't want to have so much of the plant where I'm overwhelmed with plant care. Begonias need a lot of water. Since I've been better with watering and having them in good drainage, not letting them sit in water, They've just done so well and just so beautiful. I've fallen back in love with begonias. They're so easy. I want to say they're easier than Hoyas right now. Hoyas will still always be my first love, but oh my gosh, begonia care right now is just so fun because all you're doing is watering it and leaving it. Water and leave it. So Begonia maculata pink spot is one of the plants I'm on neighborhood watch, neighborhood plant room watch. So it is actually here under a grow light near a west window. I did have it over here, and I just moved it this last week over here. Just I wanted to get more light, and it's getting bigger. So this is a plant, a surprise. It's an alocasia, surprise. I'm looking forward to this because hold on, I gotta put it down. I am growing this plant in LECA, and for the first time LECA is actually working for me, and I am thrilled. Now, the one thing that I'm doing that's a little different with my other plants that's growing in LECA and not doing great is I just have it in a terracotta cover pot, and I think that is what is helping. This room is warm now, and this pot is actually retaining a little bit of heat from that west window light. It is actually, I mean, that's where the plant is, right there, a space right there. So there's a light right above it, but the room is warming up. So once winter comes, I will be putting a heat mat right underneath here so this can continue growing. And I'm going to leave it in LECA. I am so thankful that I actually have some success right now with LECA. This is the only plant that is doing great in LECA. And I don't know, I mean, it's not in a self-watering pot. It is in a type of LECA pot. It's in the submerged method, not a like self-watering wick system. So I'm not sure. I'm enjoying experimenting with LECA, but this plant is on watch. I am loving, oh my gosh. So I did say earlier, I did say in a few videos ago that I was done with alocasias, and I am. In the way of not bringing more into my collection. That doesn't mean I'm not going to want to care for the plants I do have already. I want to grow this plant really big because it is going to eventually sit in the west window. We'll see how it grows. I mean, I feel like sometimes the plant journey is as well a learning experience as it is enjoy growing plants. I want to see if I can do this. I want to see. And I know that, you know, there was, when I did that alocasia video, there was somebody that commented on my video about alocasia. She gave me basically a book about how to care for alocasias, and basically shared it was my fault that I am bad with them. And yeah, maybe it is my fault that I've not taken the extra care for them, because my Hoyas get more care than anything. But I'm learning as I go. We'll see. I'm not the kind of plant lady that knows exactly what she's doing. I figure things out, and right now I figured out that this plant is loving LECA. So this is a new leaf that just came out. I am enjoying looking at the veining. I love it. I watched this plant several times throughout the day. So it is going to get a flush today as well. Even though there is water, a little water at the bottom, I am going to still give it a flush. Give it a little TLC, spray it, make it look a little pretty. I am loving this alocasia right now. It is on neighborhood watch. So yes, I will give you an update maybe later on in fall how my watch list, my summer watch list has done. The next plant, all right, I'm gonna have to go get it from the room. Well, I can take you there, I guess. Let's take you there. It's a little messy, but the next plant is a plant that I threw away. I threw it away earlier last week, and I already bought a new one. I bought a new one before I threw away my plant, but it needs a repot because it's newly purchased. It is the red Maranta. This type of plant is a plant I'm really always going to have in my collection, and I do have it in a west window, and there's some water staining on it from the shop, but it needs a repot. It's new, and it's not that new. I've had it for over 2 weeks, and it's been in quarantine until now. This is the other spot that I have plants. It is the west window in the other office that we have now, and see how dark it is here. I do have one single little grow light here, but once the evening sun comes in, it looks a lot better. I am going to keep my eye on this plant to see if I get any growth before winter comes, because it will go dormant in winter for me. Now that it is a new plant, I'm giving it a little bit more TLC, because the other one I threw away because it had passed. But I'm glad to have a newer version of this lovely plant. I love this plant so much. Okay, the next plant, I haven't shared this plant so much on the channel. It is the Anthurium Morona. I am keeping my eye on it, and I have to repot it soon. I'll need to do a repot video on here, because these are some plants I want to kind of show still, and because I've been doing a lot of repots off camera. It is one of my wish list plants, and I want to share it. So, Anthurium Morona, all of these leaves are new leaves. I've lost the two that first came with this plant. Now, I bought this plant October of last year, so it's done really well for me. I had it growing in the IKEA cabinet. That's kind of where I start off a lot of my plants, but then I moved it up here. I moved it up here. So I am getting a new leaf and yes, I am looking forward to this plant maturing, because it is eventually gonna drop and the leaves are gonna get ruffled. Now this is a thicker leaf Anthurium than the Anthurium pallidiflorum. The pallidiflorum, I feel it's a nice velvety type leaf, but it is not as sturdy as these. These are really, really sturdy. In comparing it, I would say that the Anthurium pallidiflorum would be like a syngonium, a regular syngonium, and this one would be like a syngonium chiapense. So the syngonium chiapense has a bit of a thicker, sturdier leaf, and this is what the Morona has. So because of that, I think it can withstand a lot more neglect than the pallidiflorum. And it transitioned out of my cabinet very well. So I will be repotting this plant soon. I'll probably be doing some repots over the weekend for me. You guys won't probably see it for at least 2 weeks, because I have some videos lined up for August. This Anthurium did so great in winter in the cabinet. So let's see how it does outside of the cabinet, because it is a tropical plant and it is not in the tropics anymore. So I will be keeping my eye on this even in winter, but I'm anticipating this new leaf. After this leaf comes out, I do want one more before winter comes. So it would mean I need to repot it and give it fertilizer. Now I fertilize every watering, but I have been missing, like, it's been drying out way more quicker because it's very root bound. And if you know Anthuriums, you need to repot Anthuriums in order to get more leaves. Root bound Anthuriums don't like it. They want more room to grow to give you more leaves, at least in my experience. Love it. This is the newest leaf, and it is bigger than the others. Oh, I can't wait. I am looking forward to this. Next, the next plant on the list is the baby of my plant room. I baby this plant so much. Let me undo. I had wrapped the leaves so it can get like a lot of light. Let me unwrap the leaves. All right, I have more plants of these. I have another one in pond in the kitchen. I'll give you B-roll of that one, but this one is in soil. This is my Hoya linearis. It's back. It is back. I'm so glad. I am so glad. Now this one, it is actively growing. Look at all that. Look at all that growth. Okay, so guess who's on top of her watering with this one? Me. I am. It is just doing so well. I propagated and propagated and propagated. I've propagated this plant. I've lost it so much. It's just like been one thing after the other. I think like if this plant goes through anything, it's like really hard to recover. But I have another propagation in the kitchen, and I have another one growing in pond in the kitchen. This one is in soil in the west window, and it was acting like it was going to give me some blooms, but I know that's not real. It's probably the blooms on it will fall off. It's not the time yet for blooms, and I'm just so happy that I got this plant back. It is like, this video is probably going to go out, I want to say the end of like tomorrow, because I'm filming this on Thursday, so it might go out on Friday or even like August 1st. It would mean, as of me holding this pot today, it is 6 months since I've overcome extreme root rot and spider mite infestation on this plant. It took a long time, and to replace this plant, it was a lot of money. Now, I would have paid the money to replace it, but I wanted to learn from it, and boy, have I learned. I have learned lessons. I've learned how to grow this. I've learned how to propagate it. I've learned so much just from one plant alone. This plant is on watch for the rest of the summer. I want more growth. It is getting cool temperatures at night and lovely heat during the day, which is ideal for Hoya linearis. And if things go well, I want to say October, November, I will have blooms. I am anticipating blooms again. Yes, I'm anticipating blooms again because I've done everything to revive this. So I am watching this one, and it's so, the reason why I started wrapping it around, because these internodal spacing are nice and short, and these started getting longer, and the same over here. Now I know that probably because of how I grew it before and propagating and all this stuff, but I kind of wrapped it a little bit just so it can get some extra light, and I'm gonna wrap it again just so we can just have it getting a little extra light. So I'm watching this one like a hawk. So yeah, tell me a plant that's really stretched you to the limit. Which plant was it? Because this is the one that did it for me. It's so funny. I've just propagated and propagated, and every propagation that I have propagated have just like rotted. There's been few that hasn't rot, and these are the ones that haven't. Now, the one in the kitchen is in pond, and it's not doing as great as this one. This one's doing way better. So we'll see how I continue to grow it. I might take cuttings from the one in the kitchen and root it and then put it in soil, because for me, I think soil growing is just so much better than going in semi-hydroponic. So yes, I'm very thankful that I got my linearis back. So the next plant, this one, I have another one. I have more, and it's propagating in there, but this one I put straight into soil. This one was the one that I had in semi-hydro, and it just wasn't, this is what the leaves was looking like in semi-hydro, and I absolutely hate that color. I want my really dark leaves, I want that. So the leaves that's coming in now look a little better. So I have moved it straight into soil and it's doing well. There's some roots coming out, but I moved it to soil because I just don't think, for me, it grows really well in semi-hydro. I don't know, maybe it has to do with my water or something, and I'm not gonna try again. I don't want to try again because this is another type of white ice in pond. Do you see how gross that looks? That's just gross to me. It doesn't look healthy. This is supposed to be really nice and green, and I have another one growing in my terrarium, and that one, I'll show you a picture of it. It's nice and green, and that is what I want. So I moved it to soil to get it back. And I have it in the IKEA cabinet. It will eventually have to come out because of how big this does get. So I'm watching this one the rest of the summer so that I can transition it out of the cabinet into ambient humidity in fall, so that it can spend winter in the plant room, and it'll probably go somewhere here on the heat mat that I'll have. So we'll see. This one is a Begonia White Ice hybrid, so there's a little bit more like the wing part, the top is more pronounced than this one, I think. And the spots, there's more spots. It's really a pretty plant. So we are watching this one, trying to revive it, trying to get it back. But I think I did get it back. I think we did. And I have even more cuttings in rooting in water that I will also transfer to soil. Begonia White Ice hybrid. So what is it hybridized with? No idea. All right, so next on the list is another begonia. It is a Begonia maculata. I have, it's dry. This one has completely revived as well. I have some growing right in here. I have some here. I love how long these leaves are. I really am enjoying begonias again. I don't know if it has to do with summer and colors, but I'm just having so much joy with them again, and I'm so glad I didn't get rid of this. I'm so glad. So I'm gonna try to continue growing this one. I want my big begonia back. If you remember that big begonia I had, I want it bigger. I just want that plant back again. If it does bad in winter, I would just restart it, and we'll see how it does. So this is my plan. I'm watching this one. I want to get more growth before winter comes so that the plant can sustain itself a lot better. And how I'm going to do that is putting it in this cabinet for a while until I can't. I will take it out, but it is getting fertilized every watering. When I grew this plant in a self-watering planter, it did very well. The leaf size that I got from the plant, I'll show you. I dried some leaves over December. I'll show you what those look like. Those leaves were so big and elongated. When I moved it to a regular pot that was not self-watering, the leaves definitely shrunk and it just didn't look great anymore. This is like elongated. I want that. I'm hoping to get way more plants. Take note of the size of this because we're coming back to this in fall to see how big it gotten. Oh my gosh, the next set of plants are more begonias. Okay, it's just two. I have another one, but I'm gonna be doing a begonia collection soon. Okay, so this plant is a Begonia Linda Dawn, and it looks exactly like a begonia. Here, I'll show you. This one's not doing great. A Begonia Black Magic. So why do I have two of the same looking plants? Why the heck not? I wanted to grow it. I wanted to see how this is different to the Begonia Black Magic because I want to see which one I like more. And I mean, it's grown. I only have 2 new leaves from it since I bought it. I actually look at me with the little name tag and the date that it got delivered. So this was delivered on the 17th of July. So since then, I've had 2 new leaves. This is the second one. So, yeah, it's going well. I mean, there's another growth point coming in here. So that's good. We'll see how it does, and take note of what it looks like now, because when September comes around, we're going to take a look at it. And this one is the Begonia Mame, Miss Mame, or Miss Mummy. Mame, I don't know. I have 1 new leaf from it. Now, this plant looks a lot like my Begonia pink spot maculata, and I wanted to see how they're different. I wanted to grow it. I wanted to experiment with it. I wanted to try it. So these are some of the reasons why I buy plants. Sometimes I just want to buy a plant because I want to try it. I want to experience it. I want to have some knowledge from it. And then some of these plants that I have in here, they are leaving my house. I am going to be rehoming some of them. And I'm looking forward to that because it's an opportunity for me to keep my collection fresh. These are plants I'm not throwing away. I'm going to be rehoming it either by selling or selling it at a very nice discount, because my time with the plant has come to an end and it's time to move on to somebody else that will love it. Now, we'll see how I feel about this one versus that one, but I am really loving the Begonia pink spot maculata. If you have a chance to grow that plant, I think you should. I can't choose between the Begonia maculata and the Begonia pink spot because they kind of, I don't know, I just can't choose between them. I would still want to have both of them. But if I were not familiar with begonias, I would want the Begonia pink spot because it is actually easier to care for than the Begonia maculata. But this one, the Begonia Mummy, damn spots on the plant, looks like mealies and it's perlite. Okay. Where was I? So yeah, this came just the 17th. So I've only had it for a little over 2 weeks and I have a new leaf already, but I like it. It's light pink. I got my eye on this plant. I'm hoping it takes off before the winter comes, and depending on how big it is by September, October, it is going to grow out of my cabinet. So the next plant is in the kitchen and I'm just going to talk about it. I'll show you B-roll of the plant because I don't feel like disturbing the dogs right now. Okay, so the next plant is the Hoya polyneura. So I have 2 plants of the polyneura. One I actually have right here. It is repropagating again, and oh look at that. We have even more yellowing leaves. It's just, oh yeah, we have stem rot now. Yes, this is done. I can probably save this part right here, but I'm not going to. We have stem rot. Yeah, there's rot. I had it growing in LECA. It was doing well and then it wasn't. I actually have more of that plant right here, and that one too is not doing well. There is stem rot as well. Yeah, I'm not gonna try. So I was gonna say I have this, I'm watching this one, but I'm done. Okay, so the Hoya polyneura, I bought a bigger one, trying to see if I got a more established plant, if it will do well, and so far so good with that one. That's what they all say. That's what I say. We'll see how it goes. I have my eye on it. It is in the east window. There's morning light, but then there's not a lot of light in, like now. There's light, but not like intense light where it's gonna change, bleach the leaves or anything. So I've not repotted that plant yet, but I will be repotting it soon to see how the roots are. I really wanted the plant to get more established and see if I can even grow it. And the minute I see any yellowing leaves on it or something going on, I'm going to propagate and try it again. So, but after this time around with polyneura, I'm done. If anything happens to it, I'm done. I'm not gonna grow it. I have another polyneura too, yes. The other polyneura I have is the outer variegated one, and this one's doing so much better. I have repotted it, and it's rooting well. It's doing better than the green one. So we'll see how it continues to do for me. We'll see. I do have this one on Treebeard. He got side bangs. Okay. I have it right up there, so it's getting a lot of light. And we'll see. It's not in any sun, so I'm not sure. We'll see. I did like swallow my pride and bought another one because, I want to learn. I want to say this plant didn't work for me, but I don't want to just try one and say it didn't work. I want to try some more. But after this, if anything happens, I'm done. I am done. I think like I give a plant 3 tries and I'm finished. This one I gave like 4. Okay, the next plant is this one. This is the Crimson Queen, revived from root rot. I have it growing in pond. Ooh boy, algae water. I hate algae. I don't like it. It's directly right in the west window. So it's growing. This doesn't look right. It is growing, and I have my eye on this. Now, this is one of the classic Hoyas I will always have in my collection. I love it. There are some Hoyas that I'm giving up, and they are kind of classic Hoyas as well. But this one, I am not giving up. I will always have it. So that's why I tried really hard to save it, and I did. I actually have 2 more plants in these growing in soil. This one's in pond. So I don't know which one's gonna croak first, the one in pond or the one in soil. But there's 2 others in the east window and one in the south window. They're small, but this one's a bigger one. And as there's already a yellowing leaf up here, I don't know why. Kind of concerned. Why do we got a yellow leaf? I don't know. If anything happens to this plant, I know I have another piece of it, so it won't be so hard for me to give up. So yeah, I have my eye on this one. I really wanted to see if the stress of the rehab would give me blooms. So that is something that I'm trying to see if it would happen. It would be really nice to get a bloom from this, so I could say I've bloomed it, but I haven't yet. It's growing. It's giving me all the shoots of when you bend a Hoya. So once this grows a little longer, I'm gonna wrap it again. So I'm getting another one here, which is what I wanted. This is what I wanted, why I did it this way, but I kind of want to grow this one as a hanging plant. So we'll see how this eventually goes. We'll see how much growth I do get for the rest of the summer, because once winter comes, the plant will go dormant, but it'll be good. Like my Hoyas in my room have a dormancy period, and when spring comes, it awakens it, and it is the cause of peduncles. So if I don't get peduncles now, I'm anticipating peduncles next year on this one, because I'm gonna continue trying. So Hoya Crimson Queen. I broke off the tip of it because it was growing into the light. Oh well. Okay, so these are the Hoya stenakei from Doug Chamberlain. This is one of my wish list plants. Maybe I'm showing you a lot of wish list plants today, and I have a growth point underneath here. I'm actually thinking this plant is upside down, which is why it's giving me a growth point at the bottom. So yeah, that is why, and that's fine. That's okay. But I have a vine from it. I don't have any. I'm kind of letting it vine so that I can get leaves, and I'm hoping I didn't hurt it by, you know, it's vining into the cabinet because that's where it is. So yeah, I have my eye on this one. I want to get even more vines from it so I can like wrap it around. And this is the Hoya stenokei dark form, and this one is the Hoya stenokei, like it's pink flowers. But I do have a new leaf from this one, and I am so excited. So my wish list would be the dark form flowers, but I'll settle for the pink flowers. So this is dream Hoyas for me, and I am hoping I do get some growth before the winter comes. So I got my eye on this one. I do need to repot it, and I will be doing that on the channel soon, because these are the ones that I would show the repot because of it being wish list. And I've been doing a lot of repots off camera so I can keep up with plant chores, but this one I would air it. So I will be doing the repot soon, probably sometime in August, but you won't see that until September. So yeah, Hoya stenokei. I love the impression of the veins. I love it. Still have so much to learn about these plants, and I've put a little time into learning it. I've not put so much, but I know there's one of my viewers that have had this plant, and she shared some of her experience. If anyone has this plant, I need your expertise on how to care for it, because I'm gonna like do my research and learn about it. But if you've grown this plant, I would love your feedback. Hoya stenokei on the watch list. I don't know what number I'm at now. I'll show you one more. Okay, so the next one is still a baby. It is the Alocasia Venom. I have only one new leaf from it. You know how much I struggle with alocasias. This one I anticipate I'm gonna struggle with, but when I think earlier this year, I don't have a label on it. I wanted to try it. I saw an opportunity for me to get it, and I grabbed it. Now, I hope it does pull through. I want this plant to grow. I think this plant is very unique looking, kind of out of this world. I love it, and I'm hoping to see if I can grow it. But you know how I feel about alocasias because of winter. So we'll see. I got this plant in like late spring, so we'll see how it does over winter. I mean, it's gonna stay in my cabinet. It's not gonna leave, and it's gonna probably be on top of a heat mat or in a terracotta pot. So I'll probably be putting it in a terracotta pot as a cover pot, and it was gonna stay in self-watering on top of a heat mat because of how cold it is. But yeah, I do have one leaf from it. I only had 2 leaves on the plant when it came. This is the other leaf left. This is one of the ones that I've had before. So this is a leaf in my care, and I'm so thankful for it. I have 1 new leaf. I hope I get more. I hope this plant does well. I am really trying to keep up with the watering, the care, everything, and see if I'm any good, because I like it. Look at the back. I love the purple back and the front. I mean, so cute. Yeah. Alocasia is so finicky. And if you have a place that has like a lot more heat and light, it's going to do well for you. But heat is not something that we have a lot here, and I know some people are going to say, well, it's all my fault. You're the ones doing something wrong about alocasias. You need to just be on top of watering. I'm trying, and you know, I'm trying to learn about it too. So I got my eye on this one. I'm hoping I do get to experience a bigger Alocasia Venom than this little bitty baby. I don't know if I'm gonna have success with it because of my track record with alocasias, but I am trying. If you're someone that enjoys going deeper into my collection, I share a lot more on Patreon. I share plant videos, plant journals. I'm starting a new series where I'm documenting all of my plants in my collection in journal form. So this plant will have a space in there in case it dies. In case it dies for November, just in case it dies, because I want to document all of my plants in story journal form, and it's been such a pleasure to write that. So if you want to see more of that, get on my Patreon and you won't miss anything. Alocasia Venom is on the neighborhood watch list, and I am hoping maybe I should check the roots to see how it's doing and take it out of this pot. I mean, I just don't see a lot of active growth. I want more growth. Okay, last on the list. Okay, so I have two African violets. First time. I actually have three. That one's a little newer. Look at that. I love, my gosh, I cannot believe it. It looks like a bouquet of flowers. And now we have that variegated leaf coming in. Okay, so these two African violets I'm on close watch for. It is directly under a grow light and in that cabinet. I do want to grow these outside of my cabinet, but I am not going to do that in winter. I'm going to transition it in spring. I don't know. I don't think it's going to do well. But this one is for the leaves, this one is for the flowers, and I am on close watch to see if I get flowers. This one I got June 20th with this one, so I've had it for a little over a month, and I'm already getting the variegated leaves, and I'm very thankful for that. It's like nice to see how quickly this plant grows. I have not, and this one, there's like little ripples in the leaves. So this one is for the blue. I have, oh my gosh, something's happening. Okay, so there is a bloom coming. Oh my gosh, how am I gonna show you? I promise you there's a bloom in here. Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna have a lot of b-roll in this video, but there is, oh my gosh, I swear there's a bloom in there. It's right there. I will show you b-roll, but the blooms on this one is supposed to look so nice, and I'm looking forward to it. And when I get it, I want to capture it in watercolors, so we'll see if I can do that. This one is called Snow Eloise, and this one is called Precious Lavender. So these are the two I got my eye on. I love these. They're so cute. How cute are these? Oh man. Yeah. We'll see how it grows. There's more. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is the last one on the list. This is the African violet that I did try this year. One of my goals for this year was to try a new plant genus, and these were it. So far so good. I don't know if I'll get more, because it's like, you know, these leaves are really pretty. These leaves they're nice and dark. I have three, and I think that's kind of enough. I don't know how I feel about like collecting them. Like I think like because begonias look so different and Hoyas look so different, it's nice to collect them, but these all kind of look the same. It's nice to have. If you don't have one, I recommend getting African violet. I was like, what's the fuss with African violets? They're blah. No, they're pretty, but I don't think it's a plant you'll be eager to like, I have to have this African violet or I'll die. It's not that. I mean, I could easily say that about Hoyas, but not African violets. Okay, that is it. If you want to know more about any of the plants I've shared, please let me know. I will be happy to correspond with you about that. And let me know if you have anything on your watch list for the rest of summer. I think we have 58 days left. For the next 58 days, I got my eye on these plants. Yeah, tell me about your plants. Tell me about which ones you're keeping an eye on, which one's on neighborhood watch in the plant room, which one's on plant room watch. I do have more plants that I have an eye on, but to keep this video, we're recording 55 minutes. To keep this video under an hour, we're gonna stop here. So thank you so much for hanging out with me and chatting about plants. Enjoy the rest of your day, and always remember, you are loved.